Sorry we're so late. We're trying to figure out what to do because there's really not much news to talk about. Welcome to. I sound so enthusiastic right now.
He just got off work. He's tired.
I'm super tired.
This is why you don't do podcasts at 11 o'clock at night.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Travis Coaster. With me tonight, I have Owen, just as usual.
Yep. I'm here. Hello, everyone.
And then our special guest tonight. I sound so happy. Special guest tonight is HHN dog Will Smith, and no, not the black one.
Hello.
I always say that.
It's fine. You can call me Agent J. I don't care.
Yes. You need to just change your name to Agent J.
Alright, that'll be my new Twitter handle.
And bringing back someone from the TheCoasterCasters past, Alex.
Just don't call me Shirley, okay?
What?
At least Owen got that.
Yeah, you just flew that reference right in.
Alright, so someone just go through their news. Alex, go.
Yeah, I'm going to be starting first with something that guy popped up on Screamscape a few days ago of one of the news outlets in New York. They're reporting that a major purchase has been made north of New York City from Merlin Entertainment. If you don't know Merlin, I'll run this down. They are the owners of theme parks like Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, and the Legoland theme parks. Not to mention the Orlando Eye and iDrive 360. And what's rumored to be part of the plot is the world's largest Legoland. Larger than Legoland California in Casper, California, and larger than Legoland Florida in Orange County, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so what I wanted to think about this to you all, what's your initial reaction of another Legoland being built in the United States? Because this would be the third, if I'm not mistaken. Travis?
Awesome.
Owen?
Can we get some attractions for adults in this ginormous Legoland park so we don't feel so bad for being giant?
And Will Smith?
Since Legoland's really popular, I think it's a really good idea. Since it's really popular. Since it's starting to be in that popular stage.
Alright then. I'm personally kind of interested to see if this is real and how fast it'll take because it's going to be taken until 2019. My question is, do you guys think we'll see both Legoland and Legoland Hotel at launch? Owen?
No.
It'll probably take a while.
Will?
Yeah, it'll probably take a while.
Alright then. Next topic I'll be speaking about is of a brand new thing that opened today at Knott's Berry Farm, one of Southern California's official theme parks that opened in the 1990s, way before University of Hollywood and way before Six Flags Magic Mountain. They have recently celebrated their Ghost Town 75th anniversary, starting with Ghost Town Alive, a brand new interactive experience that, if you've seen Legends of Frontierland, it's very similar to that, where actors are all around the area and you're filled with quests. So, from someone that knows some interactive elements from last year's Horror Nights, Owen, what do you think of not going to this extra step of interactivity?
This is a big step, it really is, and only great things can come from it, especially with something as iconic as a ghost town. When it comes down to it, it's really something that is going to be big for everyone, and with a big interactivity event attraction coming down the road, I have a feeling that it's kind of necessity to be a little bit more interactive than they would have been otherwise.
Combined with the new stage they're making over by the Calico Mine Ride, it's a really good move that they're making to celebrate Ghost Town this year in such a big way. Will?
What was it about? Knott's Berry? I heard some about Knott's.
Knott's Berry Farm celebrates Ghost Town's 75th anniversary of the interactive experience.
Oh wow. I've never been to Knott's, so I've heard Ghost Town's really awesome, but yeah, it's from what I heard and from what I watched on YouTube, it looks like a really cool experience.
And as a friendly reminder, Ghost Rider will be reopening, I believe, on June 11th with brand new Millennium Flyer trains. So, Travis, what do you think of Knott's Berry Farm going to this new step of interactivity with Ghost Town Live?
It's cool.
Alright.
You're gonna get like 1-2 word answers from me all night.
Yeah, probably. Next up, and this is actually kind of big for Cedar Fair. The first one we need to talk about is the Vice President of Regional Elements within Cedar Fair. It now has been given to, and I'm going to butcher the name, Rafi. He was the general manager of Knott's Berry Farm, and he'll be stepping down from his position as the general manager on May 30th to become the regional vice president of Cedar Fair, starting on that day. So, Owen, I want to get your thoughts on this. What do you think of Rafi moving from general manager to vice president?
Hey, you only can exceed your own expectations. If you want to stay in one position, great. If you aspire to be bigger, then if you're able to make that happen, then great, especially because he knows what it's like to be doing like the day-to-day, and now he gets to run. So we'll see what he can do.
Asian J?
Yeah, pretty much what Owen said on my end.
And Travis is pretty simple.
Yeah.
The next one is actually a very surprising move, considering that we've heard in January that Vice President of Downtown Disney and the Disneyland Hotels for Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California, John Storbeck, stepped down. Now, officially on May 30th, he'll be taking the position that Rafi originally had as the Knott's general manager. If you know John Storbeck, you know he was the vice president of both of the Disneyland Resort for 9 years, and then after that he was vice president of the hotels in downtown Disney for Anaheim, California. So, Owen, I want to get your thoughts on this because we now have two big figureheads from Disney at Cedar Fair. What are your thoughts on that?
Makes perfect sense. It really does. I mean, they know what they're doing, and they're going to take it from knowledge of a giant park to several regional parks. I mean, it started with Matt We Met, and now it's just expanding. So it's going to be nothing but good things for Cedar Fair.
Jay?
Again, what Owen said.
And Travis?
Yeah.
Alright then. Next up is a kind of interesting move because we've heard this rumor for some time, but now it's kind of official. Busch Gardens Williamsburg in Virginia is right now constructing the brand new Invader, a GCI coaster. And it was rumored that they'd be reusing the Millennium Flyer trains that were originally used for Gwazi back a few years ago. Now it's officially confirmed a few days back by the official blog for Invader. So, Owen, what do you think of this?
I mean, I used to go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg a lot because my dad used to work for Anheuser-Busch, so I kind of had that perk to go to that and SeaWorld nearly every year.
Alcohol.
I don't drink. I'm not planning on it. See,
Well, knows exactly why he thinks that's funny.
so yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think it's going to work out really well in the long run. I hate the name. I think the name is horrible.
You know, I wasn't on for the episode, and I can agree with that. It's just terrible.
They were all god awful names, to be honest.
But that one was okay to me, but it's just like every other name was crap.
They're all crap.
Battle
All those
Clash
names
sounded
are-
like a Magic Quest, like a wannabe Magic Quest.
It sounded
Push
like
cartridge.
it sounded like a dueling coaster for some odd reason to me.
Viking Raider reminds me of what they call the big boat that goes up and down, back and forth, that I hate so much.
Yeah.
And Invader just sounds like something you'd hear from laser tag. So yeah, I don't like any of these names.
And Agent J?
And earlier, did you say about a CGI coaster? Is that what you said?
GCI.
Oh, JCI, goddamn.
GCI.
Yeah, I know, I'm tired.
Great
Everyone
Coasters
is.
International.
GCI.
Everyone's tired.
You shouldn't be. It's like 8 o'clock at night.
I had to deal with finals. Thank you very much.
What's the school you speak of? Continue.
And what's really, I don't want to say it's sad that they're reusing trains, but I also think it's, well, yeah, it is kind of sad how they probably don't have enough money to get new trains, but I can see if they're a little bit low on money, I can see how they reuse trains for a new ride.
Well, look on the bright side. At least they're not over budgeting themselves on that. Travis, what are your thoughts on trains from Quasi coming over?
My tired person wants to just say, "Yay, trains!" But I'm actually going to contribute now because, well, I can.
You're the host too.
Yeah. Whenever I watched the POV for this ride, I was so like, yeah, exactly. I was like, what? I didn't know what I was watching. Like, it looked really boring to me. Like, exactly. Whoever's watching something, I don't know what you're watching, but it's really funny.
At least it's not as bad as you having like a mixer ready at the dock.
But my thing is with this is whenever I've watched a lot of like RMC GCI coasters on YouTube POV, they've been kind of boring to me, with the exception of like the Joker, Medusa. I don't know what's going on in the background. I don't want to know.
Sign of things to come? I think so.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to Wayne and Garth's Swingtastic Halloween Spectacular.
No.
Oh no.
Let's meet Wayne. Let's get Wayne. Let's get Garth. Let's play some Feud.
What is going on?
I think he's trying to derail your podcast.
That was a little inside joke to Owen.
He wouldn't be the first one.
Shoot!
But yeah, this is probably one of the most boringest coasters I've ever seen in my whole life.
It kind of looks like they can't decide whether or not it's a family coaster or it's a thrill coaster.
It just looks like a coaster. It doesn't look family oriented or anything. It just looks boring.
It doesn't look thrill oriented either. Maybe it's supposed to be like that you have to ride it to get the feeling.
Oh, and thank you for all the 4 people that are watching this and not watching Superstars right now on the award-winning WWE Network.
Now we have 5 viewers.
Oh, thank you for the 5 people that are watching this instead of Superstars.
Shh, you wanted to go higher. Any other thoughts about Invader?
Nope.
All right then.
It's invading my privacy.
Boo. Next up is actually something very interesting for the British theme parks. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is right now in development of a brand new roller coaster slated to open in 2018. This coaster is apparently going to be a mock mega coaster, and its layout has been commissioned but has not been leaked. It seems like it'll be stretching throughout the park at certain spaces. So, have you guys ever heard of Blackpool Pleasure Beach? It's
Yes.
famous.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start on this? Because it's kind of nice seeing that there will be another mock mega coaster coming into the ranks.
I'm interested. That's literally all I can say right now is I'm interested.
Yeah, it's very there isn't much to go on, but it's kind of interesting to see that they're gonna do something like this. Owen?
Oh wow.
It's funny because the first time I heard of Blackpool Pleasure Beach was when I was watching the old VHSs of America's Greatest Roller Coaster Thrills in 3D. I remember Pepsi Max, the big one, was the first time I was introduced to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Apparently, it sounds like this is going to be a pretty sweet ride, to say the least. It's going to have a lot of really cool things, and it sounds good. It's got high-speed helix, an airtime hump, an off-axis airtime hill, and it ends with a high dive before the brake run. It sounds really cool.
I will say, though, that it's going to have a lot to live up to, especially if you've seen the videos of it. Helix at Leisburg.
It's all over the park, so I mean, the fact that it's so long is going to be awesome in its own right.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It's going to be quite interesting. Will?
This is interesting.
Okay. This ride sounds like it's gonna be really fun, and if when I'm down there, I may hit up and try to ride it after it opens.
Yeah. And once again, this ride is not slated to open until 2018, so it's going in development way in advance.
Oh, never mind. I'll have
I
to
mean,
wait.
I'd like to come here, but I don't think I'm going to be going to England anytime soon. So
Yeah, but it'll be nice to see videos and photos of it when it gets built.
What the heck?
So that actually sums up all my news articles that I'm talking about tonight, and I will leave the floor to Will.
Actually, before we go to Will, I just want to point out something about what happened tonight,
What?
which we will get into later, but we'll let y'all know on the panel.
We're gonna build up anticipation.
Whenever you get a chance, go onto Twitter and look up what's been going on tonight at Animal Kingdom
Awaken Summer.
with the Awaken Summer stuff.
We're gonna have quite a big.
I have a sounder, and I know I've always said no sounders, but I'm actually gonna play one tonight. I just have to pull it up somehow.
As long as it's you can't see me, I'm fine.
Oh man! Don't
Bring back nostalgia.
Oh, wait a minute. We're talking about Rivers of Light, right? You can't see me?
No, we're talking about one of my favorite. I can't do it. Channeling my inner Jimmy Fallon here. L.
Save it. We'll do it when it comes.
Alright. Will, it is now your turn officially. I
Okay.
pass the Roman Reigns on to you.
Do you want me to choke you?
Hey, I'll sell it better than he will.
Yeah.
That's-
Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in the Six Flags world. Six Flags Over Georgia's newest area, DC Super Friends, which I told you about last week, is officially opening tomorrow, Saturday, May 28th. They had the preview day for it yesterday,
Yeah.
and so now I'm going to try to make it out there this weekend so I can get more pictures, and I will send them to Travis, and he will post it on his website.
Yep, I'll finally be posting all that stuff because I've been super busy with everything that's been going on and actually haven't been doing much of anything. So
It's fine. Take your time. So Six Flags, Discovery Kingdom, the Joker, which is their newest roller coaster, officially opened on this past Thursday, so yesterday, and of course I saw a picture of the guy playing the Joker. God, the Joker looks so dumb.
I actually want to speak about this ride because it looks marvelous.
I have a feeling that Six Flags Over Georgia will get a ride like this in the future. I've heard next season we'll get a ride like this.
Before you go to bed tonight.
what is going on?
What?
What is that noise that's going on?
It's Owen. It's Owen being Owen.
That wasn't Ellen, was it?
Yeah, it was. He muted himself too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know what that was, but okay. Cool.
So yeah, Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, the Joker officially opened yesterday. Six Flags Great Great Adventure.
Yeah, Great America.
Great whatever.
Wait, so what were we talking about? Justice League?
Yes, Justice League Battle for Metropolis.
Great America.
Okay, Great America. Okay, so Six Flags Great America, Justice League Battle for Metropolis officially opened. I do not have an official release date, but I think it's opening sometime this weekend, either tomorrow or Sunday.
It'll be opening tomorrow.
Okay, so I should have wrote that down. Six Flags New England.
You-
If you remember
Sorry.
it's fine. If you remember, I believe for the season of 2014 or 2015, Six Flags Over Georgia invested in partnering with Larson Loop Coasters, which, of course, at Six Flags Over Georgia, we have the Joker Chaos Coaster. Six Flags New England has the Fireball Media Day, which was this past on the 20th, and, of course, it's the Larson Loop, so, yeah.
And also to add, wasn't there a media day for Superman?
Yes.
Oh, I am so sorry. I did not get that down.
It's fine.
So Six Flags St. Louis, their Boomerang receives a facelift, from what it said on the website. Six Flags Over Texas, which of course is in the Texas area. Riddler's Revenge, Catwoman's Whip, and Harley Quinn's Spinsanity opens tomorrow. And Great Escape, which is a Six Flags property, Greased Lightning had its media day on the 20th as well. You can purchase your tickets, season passes, and memberships to Six Flags Over Georgia if you live in the Atlanta area at www.sixflags.com/overgeorgia. And you can find all the information there about the two new kids areas and, of course, all this passes, memberships, and daily tickets.
And also to add, at Six Flags St. Louis, they also opened up the new Revolution virtual reality coaster for over there too.
Okay. God, I was bad at finding news.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm sorry about that, but I'm trying to make sure that you're good.
Okay, yep, that's all from my end.
Do we want to do some thoughts about some of the additions?
Sure.
Let's start with, actually, Six Flags Over Georgia, because this is one of the bigger ones out of the bunch. With
Exactly. It's the second one in the bunch. Six Flags Over Texas, then Six Flags Over Georgia.
Owen, what do you think of the DC emphasis placed onto there with the new Joker family coaster and some of the new stuff added to it.
I hate the fact that Six Flags has the rights to DC, and I wish Universal did.
Look, we all do. Sincerely, we all hate that. Um, I'll I'll throw my general thoughts about Six Flags Great America and Justice League. I'm excited because it's 1 year closer for us at California to get Justice League Battle for Metropolis from what it seems on our end, and that's going to be the plus to this. Sincerely, it's really obvious to us that we're probably going to see that, and it's something I'm so excited for. Did you talk about Six Flags Great Adventure and the Joker?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard him talk about it.
Do we want to talk about that real quick? Because there was apparently some vaults that went on.
Whenever it comes to talking about Six Flags, I'm like, ugh. Six Flags puts a bad pit in my stomach.
You're the Grinch when it comes to that, essentially.
No, it's just Six Flags puts a bad feeling in my stomach. It really does.
Then yeah, you're pretty much the Grinch.
Well, see, Alex, the thing is, I've been going to Six Flags Over Georgia since I was like, and now it's like Six Flags doesn't care about their guests. I mean, all they care about is getting paid, and they're just there to do their job and get paid.
As much as I want to agree with that, that depends on the park you go to.
Six Flags Over Georgia.
What the heck? What?
Here's the thing, and I've heard this from several other people. It depends on the type of season and the type of crowds. If it's dead and where it's a nice day, sometimes it gets really good. If it's a very bad summer day with a huge amount of crowds, they're going to get pissed, and that's not going to be an overshadow. So it depends on when you go and how you handle Six Flags. Sure, they're crappy, but that depends on what exactly you hope to do. It sincerely does. It's much like Disney. You have to plan sometimes when it comes to these things. Even though Six Flags is a generic amusement park in some retrospective, you do have to keep in mind that some days may not be as good as the other, and then you have to go there multiple times to experience it. I've learned that of Universal, and I learned that of Disney. And there's a lot of instances where the cast members at both of those two big parks are going to be pissed. So you have to respect them, just as much as they respect you. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Owen. Wait, does anyone else have any words on what Bill said?
I'd like to add on to this.
Okay.
I find
it.
What?
Well, I just saw what you were talking about earlier. Oh man, that's stupid.
What?
Oh my god.
I think, Alex, I think it's kind of weird how, Six Flags Over Georgia has two Jokers. Like, we just had the Joker Chaos Coaster, now we're adding in a second. I know it's a part of the kids area, but I don't see why to have a Larson Loop coaster and then
that was last year.
I know, but why have two Joker rides
next to each other?
Yeah.
Wait.
The Joker Chaos Coaster is in Gotham City, and
what the hell?
He's talking about Over Georgia.
No, I know. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Why did they not think about that?
Oh, and by the way, Travis, Owen, remember when I told you guys last week that there might be a Harley Quinn mirror maze?
Right.
There is no mirror maze. It's just called Harley Quinn Games. I really wanted that damn mirror maze.
Wow, that's a great name.
Harley Quinn
Good job, Six Flags. You ruined something else.
Harley Quinn games. I wanted a damn mirror maze.
Is that part of the games?
I don't know.
I took the 12 from Inside Out and no one got it. Darn you, San Francisco. You ruined pizza.
But yes, Alex, Joker Chaos Coaster, the Larson Loop is in Gotham City, and the Joker Funhouse Coaster is in the DC Super Friends area.
Yeah, they should have thought about that.
Well, it's Six Flags. They think it's awesome to have two of the same rides.
Well, it's not the same rides, it's the same themes. They're probably gonna just reskin that Larson Loop then. Something else.
I actually like the Chaos Coaster. It's a fun ride. Even though it's just a basic carnival ride in a bigger theme park, I like the Chaos Coaster. It's fun.
No Madagascar reference.
Hey, at least
Afro Circus.
Hey, and look at the bright side. Look on the bright side. There isn't any killer clowns here that insult us.
I welcome that, though.
Well, you're a fan of killer clowns. I mean, you do have the hotties for one in particular.
Oh, boy.
No, that's me, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, right. How could I forget?
Okay.
Are we good with the stuff that Will said?
Yeah.
All right, then. Owen, you're up.
I don't really have much. Welcome to the concert corner.
And also, I'm going to PM you one topic in particular. I think you forgot about that.
So, tonight through the 30th is the last weekend for the America Gardens Theater to host the Garden Rocks concert series at the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot. Concerts take place at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. And that's going to be tomorrow and Sunday. And it's the Spinners. They're going to be taking the main stage if you want to check that out. I've got some more confirmation on Eat to the Beat. I told you periodically would get more updates, and I actually have a few more.
Nice.
So to add to what we already currently have, we actually have dates for Air Supply on September 19th through the 20th. We also have Dennis DeYoung and the Music of Styx, October 17th to the 19th. Survivor, October 24th to the 25th. And already announced Boyz II Men, Wilson Phillips making their return, as well as unconfirmed returns from the Pointer Sisters and Maxi Priest, and newcomers to Eat to the Beat, Delta Ray and Toad the Wet Sprocket. The concert series will be running the 14th through the 14th, September through November. So yeah, September 14th and November 14th is the entire Eat to the Beat concert series for the 2016 Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, which we'll be covering in full, and you get to hear me read a lot of really awesome menus that it's going to be really fun to watch me pronounce, and that's going to be coming up later.
I have no idea about any of these bands but Boyz II Men.
You don't know Boyz II Men? Bro.
I know Boyz II Men. I said except... I watched Grease live, for goodness sake.
Well, that's just because of you.
What about me?
Boyz II Men put on an incredible show last year. I saw them twice, and I could have watched them again easily. The problem is, the only video footage I got of the show was the shortest one of the shows they did, because later in the night, when the rain clouds cleared out, they went a long time, and I was actually watching that from the Chase Lounge, and then I eventually made it downwards to the back of the America Gardens Theater, and everybody was just having a great time. It was amazing. They put on a great show.
All right.
What else do you got, Owen?
I got a couple things. Cobra's Curse. It sounds like its opening date is cursed at this point. There was
Just like King Kong's opening day.
Yeah. Well,
It's
cursed.
we won't talk about that.
It'll be open.
Especially given the fact where I stand right now. Yeah, we're not talking about that. May 26th was going to be the VIP party for Cobra's Curse. That's been postponed officially, and they're still testing at this point. So,
darn.
yeah,
I wonder what's the issue, if it's technical related or if it's just someone realized the quality was shit.
I just think they just need to take the snake gimmick off and just call it something else and just get rid of the snakes from the queue and everything would be great, grand, and wonderful.
Well, that's because you hate
snakes.
snakes.
We're not doing this a snake attraction because snakes are stupid.
No, it's simply called Cursed.
I'm with Parks by Doom, where I'm fine with snakes.
I hate snakes.
I'm good with Parks by Doom too, but yeah, still, I don't like snakes. Planet Hollywood is going to be the theming of the next new luxury hotel coming to Orlando.
Which, I don't... It just... Why would they renovate their current space when they can just take away the licensing and just take that over to the new luxury hotel?
The Planet Hollywood brand has done really well with the hotels.
Yeah,
So,
and part of me thinks that why wouldn't they have just moved their stuff from Disney Springs over to the new hotel?
I don't want that to happen.
Springs?
And I don't want that.
Disney Springs isn't a hotel; it's a restaurant.
Yeah, well...
Well, here's the issue with that, though. You also could say, why don't we shut down the Hard Rock Cafe and move it to the Hard Rock Hotel? That's what you're trying to say, and that doesn't work either. So
Not exactly, but it's just like... It just doesn't make sense because they're so close to each other to me for some odd reason.
I mean, it's interesting. I find it's not a hotel I'm going to stay at because obviously I don't stay off property unless I'm forced to, which is never. So that's not a problem. I'm usually going to stay on Disney or Universal property regardless, more so on Universal property because it's cheaper, unless I'm staying on points and then it's free. And free is better than nothing. It's not
actually, depending on how you get it free, it's not better.
The situation I have, I think it's much better. DVC points are definitely worth it for me, at least. And I'm very excited.
Look on the bright side, you at least have that new lounge.
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to get more Coke Freestyle in the in Epcot, so that makes me happy.
Isn't Derek Bergen happy too?
Well, yeah, of course he is. Yeah, the rumor you're talking about, Alex, I only read that situation. I only read Horror Nights stuff, so no, I didn't even see that.
Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I was just suggesting it.
Orlando Sentinel is stating that Universal will soon begin talks with Orange County to set up zoning for their 475 acres of property that's down by the convention center.
And
Yay, new park!
And also to add, on the Orlando Business Journal yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, they got a hold of some of the plans, and it pretty much confirms that they're going to be doing the third park, and that there's going to be some sort of transportation connection to the other two loose plots next to the Universal Boulevard that's astray from the main plot. Which I can give out the link to you guys in the messaging, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm all about new stuff at Universal. There's been a long-standing rumor about something that shall remain nameless from the West Coast coming over to City Walk, and we still don't know anything more about that other than it's just a rumor at this moment. But I have a feeling it'll probably happen, especially with Universal City Walk in Hollywood getting Voodoo Donut, which is really awesome. I'd love to have that here. But
I think it'd work out actually for Orlando too, because
I think so too.
And when you think about it, there's also some legitimate sense to that because it is actually a very popular donut establishment around the world.
Yeah, that's the reason why they actually have it where you can buy the donuts online and get them shipped anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Another question. Do you guys still think it's about 10 years away, or do you think they're going to have a rave in the next 5 years?
What are you
I don't
talking
know.
about?
The third Kate, because the last time I was on, we debated about that.
Yeah, and I said 20 years.
I don't know.
I honestly think it's going to be sooner than people are thinking, but I don't think it's going to be extremely soon.
I think it's going to be extremely soon, much like other people that I agree with. It makes sense, and there's a big reason why.
I want it to happen, but I'm not deciding it's going to happen just yet.
I think it's going to be interesting to see the development of this in the next few months, if you know what I mean, because that's going to be important.
I think you just wait and see what happens with Pandora and what happens with the new basically the mini Pixar land at Hollywood Studios, and then
I don't think that's going to be a reason.
if they're gonna do it's gonna do business, and then they're gonna have to strike back, and then what other way to strike back at this point? But at least announcing the potential third gate.
I think it's going to. As I said, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm thinking 2020, 2021. Because at the rate of this project, they're going at an insanely faster rate than most people would have expected.
Right, but there's a lot more stuff they have to do before they even think about doing a third gate.
And I agree, but we also have to remember ourselves that expansion is universal, and that they're very much... If you've seen what they've been doing throughout the past few years, they've been building infrastructure. They have. And look at Transformers, and look at Springfield in Orlando. Those are logging stops. And whatever happens with Fast and Furious and Fountain, they're going to act as barriers for infrastructure.
Now, my question is for Travis, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But my question for Owen and Alex. Now, when Transformers first opened, people were saying, and Tim in his video also said this, but, obviously he was kidding around. But people were saying what Optimus Prime was pointing at was the Fear Factor building. Do you guys think that soon Fear Factor Theater will be destroyed and built for a new ride?
No.
Not soon.
Not soon. I think we're looking at the wrong area for something of Potter.
Because people were saying, Optimus Prime is pointing at the Fear Factor building. That's going to be the next thing that's going to go.
I thought he was pointing more towards London.
Ride.
I thought he was more pointing towards London, not the Fear Factor.
I would say right now, if they get rid of Fear Factor, they are going to have to find another location that's big enough to handle Bill and Ted. And Animal Actors is not the answer.
And not Terminator because, well,
not big enough.
They're going to have to take it back over to Toon Lagoon. Or going to have to take it back over to Toon Lagoon Anthem.
I don't think that either. And I think that there's, as much as I know people hate me for saying it, Not Scary Farm can do it. And Owen knows exactly what I'm relating to.
Right.
I think you're going to have to see it on the street. And as much as I know people hate to...
No chance in hell. No chance in hell. Seriously, Bill and Ted will never be a street show. Never.
I cannot see any way or shape in hell that they can do it. Unless if they can figure out some way with the Terminator building. I don't think there's a chance in hell for Animal Actors. And I don't think there's a chance in hell for Toon Lagoon. I think though...
Wait, whoa,
Toon
Lagoon
got
too out of hand, and I was looking on Facebook. What are we yelling about now?
Hold on. Toon Lagoon is the perfect location, has been the perfect location, and will remain to be the perfect location.
Well, here's the thing. What if, and I'm saying, what if they decide, okay, would you rather want to have a dilapidated building that's used for private events, or have a building that's used for a high-capacity family attraction? I think I'd be choosing the odds of a high-capacity family attraction so you can build more infrastructure in the park.
But here's the thing. We're talking about Bill and Ted in different places, correct?
Yeah, different places.
Because I asked that
And I
Fear
said-
Factor Live be destroyed.
And I said that I think it'll go back to the Knott's formula of how they handle the hanging, where that's at the Calico Theater.
But
And
here's the thing: Knott's isn't the #1 rated Halloween event in the country, like 12 years running.
yeah, but here's the thing.
Not even close.
Yes.
But let me finish.
Okay.
Toon Lagoon is not as run down as you think it is. It's actually a really nice theater. They keep
I'm
it in
looking
really
at
good
pictures of it
condition.
right now. It looks like it's really nice and cleaned up.
That's
The
what
last-
they do for all the
it's-
Potter events too, and it's
The last time
people.
It's
The last time it's been
despite the
used-
amount of people is Fear Factor.
The last time it's been used for Harry Potter, I think it was like 2013 or 2014.
Nope, it was used this past year.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, I'm looking at a current picture of it right.
But wasn't that for like the autograph events?
Yeah, and think about all those people that went to the autograph events. And they had, I'm pretty sure they had 1 or 2 Q&A sessions there.
The only issue with using Toon Lagoon is the fact that it's never going to be just Islands of Adventure. And I don't think we're seeing 2 parks till at least 30. So they're going to have to figure something else out. It's not going to hit it.
I have to imagine, because once Fast and Furious and Fallon open, University of Florida is gonna hit another roadblock, and you know what I'm meaning. So they're gonna have to figure out what they need to do, because the seasonal events are so popular. Horror Nights is starting to grow in larger and larger droves, and they need to figure out, okay, what can we do to get the most amount of capacity into the event? And as much as I hate to say it, and I've said this, I really think that they are going to go into that possibility of a street route. But I don't think.
No chance.
But here's the thing: I don't think it's happening, and I don't think the Fear Factor Live stage is leaving until 2021, until 2022. I think you're not going to see any Harry Potter movement at University of Florida until after 2020. I sincerely don't.
I have an idea for Fear Factor.
I've had an idea for Fear Factor for the longest time, and it's with an IP Universal already owns.
And I have it with an IP that Universal just bought.
And I have an IP that Universal shares.
Okay, before you guys share your ideas, this is a question for Owen, and Owen only. Owen. Fear Factor, not Fear Factor, Jesus. Toon Lagoon Amphitheater. I know it's a smaller theater, but if they could do it, Owen, do you think they could try to at least expand a little bit more to make it have as much seating as Fear Factor Live?
Toon Lagoon is huge. It's a lot bigger than people think it is.
And I'll agree, it is big.
And there's one major advantage Toon Lagoon has.
I'm looking at the picture right now, and it looks small, but you're right. It looks smaller than it's probably bigger than what it looks like in the picture.
It's not where people can see it. You would have to basically be right up there in order to hear any sort of testing. They could do pyro and no one would ever know. I mean, it's the perfect location, and I've been saying this for the longest time. The problem is, it's not going back to Islands anytime soon, and there's not going to be this magical 2-park event until at least 30, if then, because Universal likes how things are done in the studios, and why would you want to close a park at 5 p.m. with 2 attractions just open brand new, one more so than the other?
What if they don't do it? Like, what if they do it a year after those rides open?
It's anyone's guess at this point, but right now I'm going to say that Toon Lagoon is going to stay dormant for the time being, and I think that Fear Factor Live is going to stick around for a little bit longer. But once they finally decide to get rid of it, I have a feeling they're already knowing right now what they're going to do with Bill and Ted, since they know how important that is to Halloween Horror Nights. People that don't even like horror go to Bill and Ted.
And see, my question is, didn't last year someone was also saying that Universal Orlando signed another 5-year deal with Bill and Ted? So
Right.
does that mean the show is going to end after those 5 years and never come back?
No
Well,
chance. It's too popular.
Here's the thing.
Not going anywhere.
They'd probably renew the contract by that time, after the next 5 years. So that way they can keep it going. Unless if the appeal for it starts to die off, which
That's not in Orlando. That's not going to happen.
I doubt it too. So you're probably gonna see Bill and Ted last, much like how The Hanging is. It's iconic in its own right.
Okay, so Owen, what do you think could be a replacement for Fear Factor?
The thing that I want, honestly, is, and I mentioned this a long time ago, I would like to turn it into Jason Bourne, into a Bourne stunt show.
That'd be pretty cool.
Will, what would you like to see?
Even though I got to experience it as a kid and I don't remember, I would love to see them bring back the Wild West stunt show.
Stunt show, yes.
Of course
I
you
would
do,
love.
Will Smith.
I don't remember. I saw it as a kid, but I don't remember it. And
You lived it.
I love the show, and I would love to see it come back.
Thank you, Travis.
He didn't even get the joke. Will Smith was in.
Oh my God! Don't talk about Will Smith and Wild West, please.
Damn you, Trev. Wow.
I was like, oh yay, that's gonna be used.
Alex, what do you think the theater could be?
Jim Hill said this, sincerely, I don't see any other IP being best than, and I know people hate me for saying it, the Ministry of Magic, because it makes sense in that area.
But
it does.
If you don't take out the theater, what would you replace Fear Factor with?
Okay, that's actually...
Cisco is freaking. Hold on. Cisco and his black and gold vest. I mean, come on.
And boom, I play the role of Will Smith. Boom, I just made Universal $10 million right there.
Do we keep the structure, or do we keep, the seating?
We keep the structure, we keep the seating, but we change
You keep the entire theater.
It has to be a show.
Okay.
It has to be a show.
Crap. Can you give me a minute?
Yes, I'll go next. Shrek the Musical.
No.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Only if you're going to use the Shrek building for something more important.
Exactly. You use the Shrek building for Secret Life of Pets.
Yep.
Retheme that Illumination and put Shrek in the back of the park where it belongs and make it Shrek the Musical.
Why don't we just call it Illumination Alley?
Exactly.
If you want to go that far, you might as well go the whole way.
Or, what about this? What
Or
about...
Illumination Boulevard.
Okay, wait,
Illumination Street.
Okay, I have this because I know it's leaving. It's pretty much been confirmed at this point because the possible size and that you have to get rid of it. I think you move animal actors and retheme that exterior to make it so that makes sense with London.
Wait, what?
Look, hear me out. You move animal actors over to that area. People do like pets. People do like animals.
What does animal actors have to do with anything?
No. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you out, but you're saying... Oh, God.
Okay, so you move animal actors, the show, not the theater, over there with a brand new set, all new skits, all that. You remove the Kids Zone theater of animal actors. You remove Fievel, you remove Barney. You get a large enough plot to do the land.
Yeah, that's where Nintendo's going. So
Yeah.
that's kind of null and void now. We know what's going to happen with that.
Yes,
Yeah, duh.
that's what I was thinking, because I do think that it does make sense to have some form of animal showing of Hollywood in the park. It seems that way for Universal Studios
No,
Hollywood.
because here's the.
It
Look,
hasn't done well in a long time,
I
unfortunately.
know,
It
but
doesn't hit capacity ever.
it's just my idea. It's my own personal opinion. I know people give me shit for it, but I just see that being the only way. And I love to see Wild Wild West Stunt Show back. I would love to see Stunt Show back in that theater. But if I was thinking logically, I would move one of the current shows I would move that current show into there and make it a brand new experience.
You want to
Okay,
think?
I just got an idea, and Owen, I'm sorry for interrupting. I just got this idea.
And if you take my idea now that I wasn't able to go, it's gonna suck.
No, it's fine. How about this? Even though you don't see much of these around anymore, how about you take out the set, you take out the Fear Factor set, you take out the seating, and how about you do what Universal Studios Hollywood had for so many years?
Special effects stage?
A year-round haunted house. A year-round House of Horrors.
No.
It wouldn't work in Orlando. And honestly, if you're gonna put it anywhere, it needs to go in the third gate.
Yeah.
It needs to be a big part of the third gate.
If it needs to go if it needs to go anywhere, it goes into Shrek.
No.
Yeah, because that way you could retheme it every single year, just like the House of Horrors did for Horror Nights in Hollywood, and you can just retheme it in order to fit.
I don't want to have a Universal Classic dubstep house.
I doubt we're getting any sort of house with dubstep. We'll get scare zones like we did with Face Off, but
and you know exactly what's coming up next for me.
Okay, wait. Will, so are you allowing, like, we can keep the structure, but we can get rid of the seating instead?
Yes.
Okay, then why not bring something like Backdraft or Twister back into the park in that location and just make a
third
new
park.
Hey, we're gonna get a dubstep house.
No, we're not.
At HHN26.
No, we're not.
This is the theme to it. No, and this is the theme to it.
Oh, dear God.
I hate you. Oh, Ashley, we're tainted by the. Never mind.
Thank you, Ashley, for giving that idea to Travis.
Thank you. I literally thought of Ashley. I said dubstep.
But yeah, if you were going to get rid of, like, the seating and the sets that are currently there, build a new structure with the, like, how they did Twister and Fallon in a way, and do it as is because I don't think it'll happen in the third park. I think that you'll see something else production-oriented like that in the third park. I think you'd see...
Now, and what Owen said, I believe Owen said it either last week or in another podcast, but what I think is really cool is have a third gate based on the Universal Classic Monsters.
You can't have an entire third gate.
No,
yeah,
it is part of it. It is.
It would be okay. This is what I think is going to happen.
I think you're going to see it integrated. I think that's no matter what.
I think we're going to have like as big as the park as Beijing's going to be. Beijing Universal. It'll be huge.
Don't go there.
Had to.
No, you didn't.
President Trump.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. He's one more vote away from being the president.
Sadly. We're going to have, I think, 6 lands in the new park, and one of them will be Classic Monsters.
I
I
think
have a feeling what the other 5 could be, but it would be really stupid to do that. But I would love to see, like, one of them would make sense, but not make sense because of what I think could happen to Jurassic Park.
Well, see, the
And-
thing is, Travis, have one of the lands, even though we already have a land in Kid Zone, have a oh goddamn, have a SpongeBob land and have an actual Krusty Krab.
I actually, it's kind of going around that Beijing may get that.
They don't have Universal doesn't have the rights to Viacom anymore. They only have the rights to use SpongeBob in the parks.
But here's the thing,
There's no thing to it, Alex. They don't have the rights to Viacom. They have the rights to Dora, Hop, and SpongeBob for Superstar Parade and SpongeBob SquarePants. That's all they got. That's all they can use.
So they can't have a Krusty Krab restaurant.
They can't have a Krusty Krab. They can't.
I think you're going to be surprised. I think you're going to be surprised, and that's all I'm going to say. Because
how am I going to be surprised?
Once you hear some of the stuff coming from Universal's Beijing, you're going to know what exactly I mean for the third gate and how excited I am.
You mean in anime land?
No.
That's
Trust me when
Beijing is going to be basically islands plus studios plus possibly stuff from Japan and Hollywood. It's basically going to be all 4 parks put together and thrown up in Beijing.
All I'm going to say is this. University of Beijing, in lack of better words, and I want to say this with the utmost respect, imagine Magic Kingdom and how they incorporate all the elements of classic Disneyland. Let's just say they're going to put their all into this park, and it's going to be.
Yes, but they can't use Viacom.
But here's the thing, it's very complicated. I'm not going to go into detail this time, but let's just say that there's a lot of things going on with Universal and a lot of rights that they're getting. You've seen this with Nintendo, even though it doesn't seem like they're going to Beijing for that, because of obvious reasons.
Beijing's going to get Mummy. They'll get some type of big roller coaster like Hulk. They're not going to get Hulk because they technically cannot have Hulk. It'll probably be the whole Hollywood Dream Coaster that they have everywhere. They'll get Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, most likely. I don't see Men in Black unless they just say, you know what, we'll put Men in Black in there for some reason.
They're apparently getting DreamWorks for some
Walking Dead will happen. There'll be a DreamWorks land with like a How to Train Your Dragon flying coaster or something like that.
Well,
Jurassic Park will be there. Simpsons will be there, and I believe that's it.
So Owen,
maybe Classic Monsters as well.
So Owen,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's almost been banned multiple times in China, The Walking Dead. It has.
But here's the...
It has been possibly banned in China.
It's not banned in China because I know one person that lives in China and they watch it.
Is it legal?
No, it's legal. It's on a legal television.
Well, here's the thing. Multiple times throughout the past few years, it's almost gone to that verge where it's proved that China could possibly ban it. I'm not exactly sure.
Just like how China will ban WWE, but they're not going to. It brings in too much money.
That's not a good metaphor for something like that.
Yeah, it is. If something brings in so much money, why the heck would you ban it?
Let's just say China's very... Like, sincerely, I'm trying my best not to piss off at some people, but it's just... There's a lot of things you have to take into mind with University of Beijing and the Third Gate that they have their ambition that they're going to give something that I think a lot of people are not expecting. Much like how Owen says of Horror Nights, and that there's some things that people are going to be surprised about. There's some things about Beijing that's going to be kind of interesting, and that there's some things that you would not expect due to how China is with some of it, but they're going to be able to do it. And The Walking Dead, as much as I want to say, yes, it's popular. It's not... It is a worldwide phenomenon, but even so, it does have its share of controversy due to some of the material. And that it may not pose well for China for some reasons surrounding that for theme parks. Because unlike a TV show where it's controlled, you'd be dealing with something uncontrollable, and that can lead to multiple issues.
So, Owen, my question is for you. Knocking on wood, and I know the third park will happen. So, Owen,
Right.
like I said, knocking on wood, which land in the third park are you most looking forward to? If all the lands we were talking about that will be in the third park, which land would you be most looking forward to? Like the one you'll be really hyped up to pay to fly down to Orlando to see this one land.
Well, by then I'll be living in Orlando, so I won't be flying anywhere. But
Yeah.
I will state right now that if I got anything that I really wanted right now, it would be the land of yesterday, where all the original properties that were lost come back in one form or another in the third gate.
I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't ask me or Travis, but I kind of see where Owen goes there too. It does make
I've
sense.
been saying that since 2013, so I mean, I was thinking that it's going to happen. Eventually, it will.
Personally,
I'd love to see the Psycho House return, the Bates Motel and the Psycho House.
Yeah, you'd see Psycho, you'd see Hitchcock, maybe a new version of like the Art of Making Movies. I mean, Jaws and Back to the Future would basically be there. I think Earthquake, Twister.
And wouldn't you move the Monsters Cafe over to the third park with that, or would you keep it in Universe, or would you still keep it in the same location it is right now?
I would create a new a new Monsters themed restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea that would have happened in Marvel Superhero Island if Universal got the rights to DC instead, and they did the Arkham Asylum restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see like a concept like that used.
I've said this on multiple podcasts. I think Burke would be an amazing land to do, especially with creature technology.
God, I hope not. I hate that movie. I hate that movie so much. It is so overrated. I do not... Oh my god, I hate how to overrate your dragon so much. I do not want to see anything of that property brought in. I know that it will, but it still doesn't mean that I don't want to see it.
Would you give it a try like how you did with the Power attractions?
No, I like Potter a lot. I hate Avatar and I hate Transformers, but I enjoyed the Transformers ride, and I'm going to enjoy Avatar for what it is. I'm going to judge it as a new attraction, and if it's great, awesome. If it's based on something I hate, that's fine.
Personally, I've said I think Burke's coming. I think the Valley of Peace has a very likely chance for third gate. And I think we're going
Valley
to...
of Peace? What the...
Kung Fu Panda.
No!
How to overrate your dragon gets the flying dinosaur. There you go.
Exactly.
I think we'd actually see the moving of Shrek to the third park with a proper land.
DreamWorks.
Oh, you want Duloc?
No.
You can't do dual lock.
No, I'm thinking far, far away. And I'm thinking you're going to see
You
a
can't even do far, far away.
I disagree.
Just do a DreamWorks section of your park.
I think that would...
One park from each IP, and you're fine.
I think that'd be a waste of the company.
DreamWorks isn't. DreamWorks. The weird thing is, though, Travis, save a couple things. DreamWorks isn't really a strong company.
Exactly.
I think it's best to rely on your best IPs in ways that would get people excited. And I think
Okay, How to Train Your Dragon Coaster, Kung Fu Panda Interactive Dark Ride with your hands, just with the Trio Tech.
but here's the thing.
Minions isn't part of DreamWorks. What else is part of DreamWorks?
Shrek.
A Shrek show. Shrek the musical.
Yeah, let's take Shrek to the musical, and that could be the stage show for the third park. That'd work.
I've said a Shrek Family Dark Ride, water ride. So
No, we bring the Madagascar water coaster over.
Exactly.
That's what I would do. If you're going to use it, you might as well use it.
Well, either that or a trackless dark ride telling the story of Shrek.
We don't need that, though, with Shrek. We can just
You
do
have
it without
Shrek the musical.
We have Kung Fu
Well,
Panda.
I don't think... Sincerely, I think what you're going to see for third park is not a mishmash of IPs in a convoluted way. I think you're going to see a cohesive mix of IPs, much like Disney Sea, or something brand new. Make it higher than what you expect for Diagon. Make it higher than what you expect for Kong. Make it higher than what you expect for Nintendo.
Okay. So we would have Shrek the musical in the DreamWorks Miniland. We'd have because I think that they're going to get the rights to this because they've been talking about it for years. I think eventually it's going to come through. We're going to get a Star Trek stunt show, and we get the return of Beetlejuice.
I think you guys are underestimating how much Universal's going to go all out. I really do.
They don't have enough room for it, Alex.
At third park, they will.
They have the 450 acres. It's just little splotches around Central Florida.
And thank you, Owen, by the way, for mentioning the Return of the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review. I missed that show so much.
To be honest, there's not a likelihood, but I had it as an idea to be the second show for Horror Nights this year.
Yes, I want it back.
Not if it doesn't come at the expense of Penn and Teller, though.
The third park, you can't go to the basic level. You cannot. Because you're going to have to get the people from Convention Center. You're going to have to get the people from MCO to notice. You're going to have to get everyone to notice.
People from MCO are already going to notice because they're going to be flying in to go there.
And
Well,
find a way to get
you're going to have to get the world to know this is the place you should be, not Disney. And I think
Fantastic Beasts.
Exactly.
And what I think, because you need to get everyone's attention. If they play this right and have the best themed environments in the world, they can get massive amounts, like a good amount from Disney away, especially considering how much they're. And I hate to say it, I am a Disney fan, and I love Disney. I love Disney and all it's worth.
We don't use the word fanboy on this podcast.
I didn't say fanboy.
I thought you did. Sorry.
I didn't. I love Disney with every ounce I can. Their quality is going down the shit. Sincerely. And I hate to say it, like, I know people do not like it when I say that, and I get shit for saying it. I think the quality of Disney attractions and Disney shows are going to hell.
Stateside, but not abroad. Abroad, there's brand new things I'd love to have here, but stateside, it's not as strong as it used to be. I agree with that.
And I think, why not make something at the level of Disney Sea, where it is heralded as one of the best theme parks in the world? Make that your goal. Let's make this the best theme park in the world. Get as much people to notice us, so that way we can get everyone on our side. Get the families, get the thrill seekers, get everyone that you want to get, and have this park be an immersively themed, over-the-top, and grand environment with multiple themed environments on iconic properties like Zelda, like the monsters, like Shrek, like How to Train Your Dragon. Have all these IPs and give them something that does not come from Disney. Don't let them think that you are in Orlando. Make them think that you're in a different area that makes you think that you're in a different world. That's what I think Universal should be.
I gotta stop you right there. You said Shrek. Here's the thing. You can't have an entire land based off of one DreamWorks property. There's not enough backstory to it that anyone gives a crap about.
I would call
No one
bullshit.
no one cares about Shrek 2, or Shrek the Third, or Shrek Forever After, or Shrek 4D, or Shrek 3D, or Shrek Time After Time, or Shrek Traveling Circus.
Shrek's time is basically over.
Shrek is dead. The only thing that people really care about with Shrek is the original and the musical.
Right.
I call Shrek the musical a piece of shit.
Well,
I call it a piece of shit compared to Wicked.
That's two different concepts, literally.
They're both.
One of them,
They're both big
One
Broadway
of them,
shows. They're both big Broadway shows that one has been lasting for years and years with so much popularity that's toured throughout the world, and it's based on an IP that people love. Oz. It's an IP that was created in the 1900s.
Okay.
So, well, here's the thing.
No.
I disagree.
Owen's gonna put his foot down. Okay, here's the deal. My hand goes up. We quiet down just a little bit. Try to tone it down just a little bit. Here's the thing. Right now, there are a lot of things that could happen and may happen and won't happen. And that's just how it's going to be. We don't have the money to give Universal. Trust me, if I did, I would. But to get the rights to Lord of the Rings or Doctor Who or something that's actually going to make a point.
And
I don't. Shrek is not the answer. DreamWorks does not have anything strong enough to really propel many people to go out to see it. Despicable Me is something they could have built a land around, but they went too fast and they wasted the opportunity on that one.
So would you say the same for the classic film, like ride attractions too, that they would not be as popular?
No, they would be popular because you got people wanting Jaws back, people wanting Back to the Future back,
but here's
people
the thing.
wanting Alfred Hitchcock back.
Here's the thing. The fan base is 0.1 compared to the large amount. Even as is, Horror Nights is big within the fan community. And a lot of the stuff that within these events, they cater to the fans, especially for the Atlanta theme parks. But
Okay. Can I add something, Alex?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Now, I don't care if this is going off topic, but
That's
when
fine.
you said Jaws, okay, it was a sad day to hear that Jaws was going away. But look at it. Look at the replacement, Diagon Alley.
It's one of the best themed environments in the world.
Exactly, but there is still a fan base for Jaws, Beetlejuice, Twister, Back to the Future. People still talk about these days.
If they made a Bill Paxton ride, people would go nuts over it.
Exactly.
For sure.
That would be the fan base. The fan base, half of the fan base would be freaking out. Half the fan base wouldn't care.
People want to hear Bill Paxton say, "I'm Bill Paxton. Please."
That's the fans. That's not.
But the fans is what draws you in.
I'll say this I say it's the same as film. The fan base of a film is 0.1 compared to the general public. The general public has the majority say, and they think, "Oh, I want to write this."
I don't interrupt much, but I'm interrupting here. The way that they're catering right now to general public is doing Harry Potter, Balan, and Fast and Furious.
Right.
They need to make a park for the fans, not for the general public.
And it's not going to work. It's going to financially bomb. It's going to bomb. And I hate to say it.
And you know what? People said Epcot was going to financially bomb. Look at them. They're not bombing. They're one of the top. They're one of the top 15 theme parks in the country.
Thanks to
So is
Foon
Animal Kingdom.
Travis, I'm going to put my foot down. Because,
oh my god.
No, seriously. The reason why Epcot is still popular is because of the special events, like the Food and Wine, like the October Flower and Garden Festival, like all those events. The largest amounts of crowds have always been with the special events. It has not been with the fans. And I get it. The original concept of having it be a world showcase with a World's Fair, that idea died when they decided to do Frozen Ever After. Because
Not true, because they're still doing basically the exact same idea, but they're using it with the Flower and Garden and Food and Wine festivals. They're showcasing the world's talents in one spot.
But look how dated some of these attractions are. Take a look at them.
But you still have a lot of people going into the American Adventure, and a lot of people going
Right.
to O Canada, and you have a lot of people going into the Grand Fiesta Tour, which just got a new revamp.
Right.
Yes, you have Frozen, but the reason why they did Frozen is because they're like, ooh, we're going to jump on this bandwagon because it's made $3 billion in the box office because it has fans.
And Norway, the country of Norway, thought it was an inaccurate representation.
And Travis, can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Back to Universal, bringing back attractions. And this is exactly why they brought back Kong, because look at how popular Kongfrontation was.
Look
They
at
brought it
popular
back, they revamped it,
conference-
and they gave it a new name.
Well, look at how popular King Kong 360 was in Hollywood when it initially launched. This was apparently the reason why they went and tried to do King Kong for Orlando at first. But then as time went on, the team very much became more aware that the fan base was the big priority for that attraction alone because, like it or not, King Kong is still... He is iconic. Unlike Jaws, unlike Back to the Future...
Whoa.
No. Let me
Oh,
say
hold on.
Travis Owen, let me say this.
Wow.
The Legend of King Kong is not dated. Back to the Future, it's right, and as much as I know, the fan bases love Back to the Future. Where do you go? Because right now we passed over that time in the fan base where 2015 in the films is not accurate to what we see of 2015 from last year. Sure, technology is advancing, and sure, we see all new things coming to play, but it's not exactly to where it's to the exact point. And to tap, and I love Back to the Future films. It's iconic in any right. And Jaws, I think, has the most potential to come back because it is a timeless film. It does make sense to bring back, and it would actually garner interest due to it being that it
Okay,
would be...
So you're saying that Kong is a big,
Kong is iconic because it's not dated. It's a timeless story of beauty killing
tell me
the
this. It basically broke even in the box office.
I'm not talking about the film. I'm talking about the story. It's a timeless
That's what
story.
you're talking. The film is the story.
I'm talking about a story that was beauty killing the beast, and that's what Transparent Kong to be one of the most iconic films in the 1930s, and one of the most iconic films that talk about.
If it's so iconic, tell me how $218 million is breaking even for that movie.
But here's the thing.
They spent too much on it. That's the problem.
They spent but that was the decision of the film company at that time.
And who was the film company?
Weta.
Universal.
Weta and Wingnut. Universal was the distributor. If you want to blame someone, blame Wingnut. As much as I hate to admit it, and they have made great films, look at the original Lord of the Rings trilogy and how great that was. That was done by Wingnut. King Kong, done by Wingnut. It depends on the production company. If they go way over budget where it breaks even, much like how, and I hate to say Pacific Rim did, there's a problem.
I love that movie.
It's a problem that relates to movie studios' production efforts. It's not the distribution. It depends on how they handle marketing and how they handle the production aspect and the budget and how far they go. Because look at Star Wars. They had a fantastic marketing play of showing less. King Kong very much was very overdone because of its film length. And if you know King Kong's film length, it's way over its intended. They should have started the film at the island, and they should have had it from there on. because that would have been one of the major factors that could have garnered a lot more people to like it. Because after the ship initially landing Skull Island, it gets better from there to me. It really does.
But the thing is look at the new Kong movie that's coming out. If people see the new Kong movie, they'll say, "Oh, they have the Kong ride at Universal. I want to see the movie, and then I'll go ride the ride." That's the
But
thing.
then they're both two radically different concepts because of how they're presented.
I know that, but it's one character. It's one character. That is Kong.
And I agree, but it depends on how they execute it. If they execute it where show less but convey more, show like how much of an impact it could take. And
Oh, that's a cool movie poster.
I'm not excited for the Warner Brothers Kong adaptation because it seems like they're not taking the right steps. They're not going in that angle where it should have been, and they're going in a time period that, to me, doesn't make sense for this IP.
And
Jaws, to me, and I'll say this, it's iconic because it's a very simple story, and it handles itself very well. So, if there was one IP I could see come back again, it's Jaws, because it's simple to adapt, and it has one thing that people fear: sharks. That's a factor in film that people are scared of what is below, and Jaws pretty much took that to its advantage.
exactly. And it
And
still has
that's
a fan base since it's closing, and that's how badly people want it back.
and
I even want it back.
I think it has the most likely chances out of any of the original IPs featured at University of Florida at opening to return because it's simple to adapt again and because it's simple to convey.
So, Alex, what you're saying is right now, they'll only bring back Jaws. So you're saying Universal Orlando should just leave out bringing back Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review.
No. I think you're going to see a place for the classic monsters to finally call home. I think it makes sense because of not because Beetlejuice leaving, and I think he may actually come back for the third park in some sort of manner as a character walk around, which would make sense. But it's still some of the most iconic stories ever told in literature and film, and they're being remade so that way now, and they can now possibly incorporate, if the Mummy film Command next year's success, they can incorporate the brand new elements of Bride of Frankenstein, the Mummy, Creature from Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, when they eventually come around. It makes sense to bring back the classic monsters, but I think you'd see them in a different route. Much like how I think you'd see Jaws in a different route. It would still be similar, but it'd be different at the same time.
Yeah, and Alex, the thing is I'm really happy that Fast and Furious is coming. I'm really happy it is. But the thing is, once Beetlejuice 2 gets made, people are going to finally see the second one, and then they're going to realize there's a first Beetlejuice. They're going to watch the first Beetlejuice, and then Universal is going to say, we're going to bring back Beetlejuice in some form or capacity. Which I really hope Penn and Teller does come, Owen, because the house was fan-freaking awesome.
I need it.
Exactly. But see, and and kids nowadays, they're going to see the Beetlejuice movie, they're going to watch the first one and say, Universal has a Beetlejuice show. I want to see that. That's going to make Beetlejuice popular again.
But personally, to me, I think setting the bar for it just being a show is undermined. Beetlejuice is actually a good story that, if you want, you can take it to an original direction and make it as a family dark ride. It actually would make sense considering that you only saw one element of how the afterlife worked in that universe. So why not bring that to the parks in a different manner that you don't need Alec Baldwin, but you can have Michael Keaton as the main character for the attraction as he guides you through the afterlife.
Yep.
I think that'd be the fun part too, because you would get. I think it'd be fun to have something that isn't something you have to operate every hour or so. You can operate it constantly, and you can get as much people as you can.
Yeah, but the thing is Beetlejuice's the show, Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review.
But
Even though a lot,
that wasn't just Beetlejuice though. That was a mix of
it
it
was a
started.
good concept. It's Beetlejuice bringing the classic monsters and making them into rock and roll stars. That was a good concept.
But eventually, as time went on, and you could see this in some instances, the show's quality sometimes decreased because of the certain periods of the show's development. That's my issue with shows like Beetlejuice, where you're gonna have a lot of issues regarding around how do you want to make this work at a particular time.
But the only thing that people didn't like about the last version of Beetlejuice, the original version with Phantom of the Opera, was a favorite version. Then they started bringing in the Hip and Hop, which was okay. Then they had the third version, which is Hip and Hop as cheerleaders. That was my favorite. But then came the 2015 version with the updated with new songs, new characters. I liked Fantasia. A lot of people didn't like Cleo, which I liked Fantasia, Cleo, and the Dancing Ghosts. That was okay, but it
If
was still a good show to watch to
You
me.
quiet about those dancing ghosts, sir.
No, Owen, what I meant to say, I'm not saying that the Dancing Ghost was not a good idea towards me. I liked the Dancing Ghost, but to other people, to some people, they didn't like the Dancing Ghost idea, but I did because I actually know some people, not know them, but people from Bill and Ted, Jason, Austin, was Austin a Dancing Ghost?
Austin was Beetlejuice.
Okay, Austin was
yeah, he was
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Jason was a dancing ghost. Tibbs, he was a dancing ghost.
Right?
Because the dancing ghost idea, it was a great idea, but people didn't like it, and to me, the entire concept was good.
But here, okay, have you guys ever seen clips from the University of Japan version of the Beetlejuice show?
Yes, I have. It is the same version from the original Hollywood Beetlejuice show,
I
and it
think,
still is.
and I think that would be the version updated with some new tracks, and I think that would be the best version to bring Beetlejuice as a show and have it be in an indoor controlled environment. That way you can control the amount of effects used, and you can control.
They were
You-
controlling the amount of effects that were used then. That has nothing to do with it.
But here's the thing, putting Beetlejuice inside for a show would actually give you a lot more possibilities due to theatrical productions and effects starting to become much more unique in some retrospective, especially when you look at some particular shows. They excel in brand new technology, and I think Beetlejuice, if you bring brand new elements that would make the experience much more enjoyable, I think that'd be the kicker. I love Beetlejuice as a character, and I love the Hollywood version that was in the cast theater. So I think that'd be the best version if you can do and update, become more modernized.
And when you mentioned the walkthrough of the afterlife, I mean, look at the afterlife walkthrough in the show. You can't have pyrotechnics in the afterlife walkthrough. That's why you have a Beetlejuice show to have pyrotechnics and have loud live music.
I was actually thinking of an attraction, much like how Mystic Manor was. Have it be a tour through the afterlife and have it have animatronic movements, music, and screen-based elements. I think that'd be a perfect mix.
Screens.
Not 3D, but
No, I'm not saying you're saying it's 3D, but like, did you experience Freddy versus Jason at
that
Horror Nights 25?
I'm not talking about a show. I'm talking about if you've seen some of the effects used in Mystic Manor, you know exactly what I mean by screens, to where it integrated with the environments and did not harm it. It actually contemplated with it.
Well, that's what I think. Owen, you can correct me on this, but I believe that's what Freddy versus Jason did. Freddy versus Jason the House had screens which wasn't that great, and it kind of failed, right,
Well,
Owen?
I'm not talking about a walk-through attraction. I'm talking about a fully moving attraction. Like with actual ride cars and not you walking around environments.
Yes, Will, it did fail.
Because I remember you and Tyler telling how it failed.
Disney Quest animation.
There's no
Speaking of Disney, we need to move on because we talked about Universal a little bit too long tonight.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little bit irritated.
Alright, we can move.
So, basically, I just want to get your all's opinions on what you think of the nighttime offerings at Animal Kingdom, and then we're going to take this show home because I, for one, am very exhausted. So, Alex, we'll let you go first.
My short answer first. It's Animal Kingdom at night. My full opinion, I'm not a fan of it. Like, I love the Awakening production show that's used on the Tree of Light. I thought Rivers of Light for the preview it was crap. And I thought that Animal Kingdom's Kilimanjaro Safari from all the videos, it was kind of okay. And from what it seems from all the reviews that are going out on multiple social media feeds, the Jungle Book is hastily made and is not good at all. So I'm kind of, my opinion right now about Awakened Summer, and I'm not talking about Frozen, I'm talking about Animal Kingdom, I'm not happy with it because it just seems rushed and it seems a little bit too, it doesn't seem right. That's a good word to say. Bill?
Travis, what were you saying about the Disney thing?
Your thoughts about
I'm losing my train of thought right now.
We're just talking about Animal Kingdom's nighttime offerings.
at night?
I just said that.
I think it's honestly, I have no idea what to say because the last time I've been to Animal Kingdom was at least over 5 years ago. And that was, I believe, before Expedition Everest was built. And so I have nothing to say. So.
Owen?
I think they had to save face. I didn't think they wanted to. They already knew what happened with Rivers of Light, and they had to announce something, so they threw together this Jungle Book experience that apparently has really bad issues with crowds. The way they set everything up, it's a mess. Yeah, this was not a good success. Hopefully they can bounce back from it. I'm sure they will. They can tweak it a bit because it's just started, so you're going to see a lot of differences. Like, I can assure you that what people saw tonight is not what Travis will see when he gets to Animal Kingdom. That's for sure.
I hope that's the case. What do you think the Tree of Light Awakening?
Looks cool. I'm glad they're finally doing something with it. It makes sense to finally use the wing to the fullest of its capabilities.
Travis?
I don't like the nighttime offerings at all. I think keeping that park open longer than 5 or 6 could possibly have a long-term effect on the animals in the park. Yeah, that's basically all I have.
Travis, the only thing that I support on this whole situation is I'm kind of selfish because I really like riding Everest at night.
That's the only reason why I'm okay with it.
I swear,
Everest at night.
I've never ridden Expedition Everest, and I want to ride it.
Why don't we just go over there then?
Yeah, but I haven't been to Magic Kingdom in a while. That's a thing.
You can go more than one day.
I know.
We can talk.
Do we want to quickly talk about Frozen?
No, we talked about Frozen last week. No reason to.
Alright.
But my one last question about the Tree of Life. Don't they still do that Bugs Life 3D show in the Tree of
Yeah,
Life?
they do.
So do you think that's going to be a problem with the Tree of Life coming
No.
to life?
No, it
No.
shouldn't. It should not.
They don't run the show like whenever it's on, so
Oh, okay.
All
I
right.
think.
Well,
Moving on.
that was our very interesting show tonight. I want to thank y'all for coming out and listening, and to our panel. Alex, you can do what you need to do.
Uh, uh, Next week is actually the restart of the Alex Show Productions podcast, and we're actually going to be officially going to the weekly cycle for Theme Park Talk and the semi-weekly area for Horror Nights Talk. I'll be talking more info about that tomorrow on my channel, so I hope you guys check it out, and we're going to have an interesting panel so far.
All right. Anything else?
You can follow me at Alex Show underscore Alex Show underscore on Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Alex Show Official, I believe.
All right. Well,
Okay, you can follow me on Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram, all at HHNDog. That is DAWG for dog. My YouTube channel is under HHNDog, I believe, because I have not checked my YouTube page in a while, so I don't know if it's under my real name, Will Smith, or at HHNDog. But I have some great, I have Horror Nights videos on there, and I will have more Horror Nights videos as soon as we get another announcement. I'd say, and credit to Owen for this, I believe that we should get an announcement for both Hollywood after the Walking Dead attraction opens, and I believe Owen also said this, but he can correct me, as always, if I'm wrong on any information I say. I believe we probably won't get another announcement for Orlando until Kong opens, until after Kong opens.
that's a good bet, but there may be something that comes before that. It just depends.
Yeah, that's why I said you can correct me on anything if I say that's wrong.
We will have tickets in June for sure.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, probably in June you guys will have tickets. Oh, actually, we have a guest.
hey, Aaron.
But, yeah, you can follow me once again on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, all at
Hold on.
Well,
Okay.
damn, Aaron,
Oh,
thanks
Jesus.
for interrupting.
Let Will finish his thing, then you can say something, Aaron, okay?
But and also tomorrow, or actually today, I will be going to an Atlanta Braves game. If you're a fan of baseball, I will be going to an Atlanta Braves game tomorrow, and I will be doing my first Periscope, my first live Periscope from Turner Field tomorrow. And stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next live.
Aaron, is there anything you want to say?
Yes, there is. I know everybody's tired, but this should wake everybody up. Unfortunately, this
But
is
thank you
going
for showing
to be.
up.
You're welcome. I know it's kind of like last minute
Late.
here before you guys close out the show.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised that you guys were still going on due to the start time. So I was keeping track when I was out. So I'm gonna make a major announcement.
You went to Mangoes.
I did not go to Mangoes. I saw it within distance tonight, but I did not go to Mangoes. But
Did you find a giant balloon?
and it's a shame I could not be on tonight. But stuff happens at the last minute for me, a lot of the time. But unfortunately, this is going to be my last and final time on the Coaster Casters podcast. This is due to business reasons. I'm not disclosing it now, but I will disclose it in the near future.
Will you be back?
I will not be back. I am distancing myself from theme park podcasts overall.
Damn straight he did, Travis.
This I want to make you guys aware live on the air as we're closing out. Right, this is the best way to go out. Right,
Aaron, is it what I think it is?
Please let it be yet.
do
I
not
want to
make
move down there
any
so we can go to a
assumptions.
bar and celebrate, my man. You are
I
my bro.
do not want any assumptions as of right now. But like I said,
God.
in the near future,
Oh, please
you
let it
will
be yet.
find out when everybody else does.
I'm only gonna say one thing.
Someone is marking out.
June.
Well,
What?
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna say one thing to you, Aaron. See you in June.
And Aaron,
That's
I'm
actually
gonna say
the
this
greatest
too.
cryptic thing you can actually say. That was
This is
genius.
actually along the lines, Aaron. I will see you in the fall.
Well, why don't you just see him in the fog?
Oh no! Boo!
That too. But as I was saying, you will find out when everybody else does, and that is in the very near future. But it's not for personal reasons; it's just for business reasons. And I think I've had a great run. If I say so myself on the TheCoasterCasters podcast, it's certainly been fun. I certainly I can carry away a lot of memories from it. And I'm one person I'm grateful for bringing me on is Travis and all you guys. I consider my brothers.
But Aaron, my question
Yes.
is to you: since this is your last time on the CoasterCasters,
Yes.
is it going to be your last time on Owen's podcast?
Oh.
Why do you gotta put me on the spot? Because I wanted to
That's
save
actually
that
not a bad
for
question.
Later. No, it's not bad of a question. I wanted to mention that later, but it does go the same for the whenever there's a theme park or a certain Halloween event. I am unable to be on as well. So.
Hey,
Shit,
hey,
I know what you're talking
Aaron,
about.
Aaron.
But I just want to let you guys know I'm not retiring from the wrestling podcast.
Good.
Let me just say,
Aaron.
Aaron,
Yes.
along the lines of what you're going to say in the future, I am marking out I am marking out harder than when Triple H eliminated Roman Reigns from the Royal Rumble.
That
Aaron.
is somewhat of a huge compliment. Yes, Travis.
Because this is one of the last times we will have be able to have a Hamilton reference on this podcast. No one actually laugh. No one interrupt me for this because I am making a point.
But
Aaron, put yourself over. There you go.
You know what? I have the appropriate song for Aaron.
And technically, this is the last time I get to be on with Erin for a podcast at all, too.
Yeah, this is true.
Because you were on my Hornet talk for the longest time, too.
I was.
Not
Major
that.
chord, okay.
Not that. It's a.
Well, whoever muted him, thank you.
No one muted him, he muted himself.
Oh, well, yay for him trying to make an innuendo.
Okay, Aaron. This is a little tribute to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Gonna make me teary-eyed.
Aaron was a sweet man, you know?
Oh, no. Get off. No.
Getting eulogy is a different thing.
I loved Aaron so much, you know?
No, none of that. No.
Yes,
I don't believe in that. No.
Yes.
Turn this happy music off.
Travis, I am having a moment right now, okay? Aaron wants
the
to-
damn music.
Let me tell you something about Aaron.
Oh, Jesus.
I miss him so much. Because Aaron made my life so happy.
God. America.
I never knew what Impact I left. Get it? Impact? That means I'm staying on the wrestling
Carbon
shows, you know?
never
Fuck
impact.
off.
Because for the times, I've always said, damn, Aaron, I'm just saying that to you. Aaron, I
No.
love you, man. Oh, man. I have more feels than the time.
Oh my god.
I
Let me
don't
tell
even
you something.
know.
I have more feels right now than when the skipper killed Jaws in the Jaws raid. That damn shark didn't deserve it. Aaron didn't deserve it too.
Alright, okay, stop it. Done.
Okay, wait.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what were we
Aaron?
talking about again?
Okay, wait. Aaron podcasted as he lived. Rest in peace.
Oh my goodness.
Aaron,
He's not
Aaron, I
dead.
apologize.
Yeah, no, I'm not dead. I'm still here.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm treating you like someone I like, but I know he's dead in my heart.
Aaron, put yourself over one last time.
Yes, one last time here on the Coaster Casters podcast. I just wanted to reiterate.
Christ.
I appreciate the support. I really do. I mean, I didn't know I was such an important topic. Like,
I
I became a
Aaron-
segment.
Aaron's leaving. Aaron's outro is making me more emotional than Eddie Guerrero's tribute.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that. I'm no Eddie Guerrero. I would not go that far. But I just want to reiterate, this is my last time putting myself over on the CoasterCasters podcast, but you can still see me on the Wrestling Wednesday podcast and the WWE podcast and the NXT podcast with Owen and the great folks at Podcast Network with some of these guys, with the exception of Alex. But, you know, we got Travis and Will on the Podcast Network. So, strongly encourage you to check out CoasterCasters podcast every single week. You follow Travis. He'll go over his social media channels in a bit. And also Alex with the Alex Show Productions, and you know all the good stuff that he does for his channel and for the this community that we're in, which I've appreciated to be in for as long as I have, really, as a passionate fan. So you know, I wish I could say more, but I can't. You know, from a passionate fan to you know what. So I'll just say that in the near future, like I said, and that will be on my social media networks publicly. It should be Monday. It should be this Monday. So, so enough of that. You can like my Facebook fan page at Mr. Entertainment92. The same handle goes for Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Periscope at Mr. ENT92. I will have social media coverage on I Believe in Wrestling, Believe 122, which I previewed on this week's Wrestling Wednesday podcast, which you can see on Owen's YouTube channel, which he'll mention in a bit as well. So watch out for those. And also, I'll recap the results at I Believe 122 on next week's Wrestling Wednesday podcast at 9:30 p.m. I'll be on the WWE podcast at 11:30 p.m. Follow me on Wrestling Amino and Vine, both of Mr. Entertainment. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I still got that zombie outbreak interview with a special guest still coming at you. And also future vlogs as well, including the I Believe in Wrestling one from tonight, since we're on to Saturday now. So that's about it. Like I said, you know, thanks for the memories. And again, very grateful for the opportunities that Travis has, you know, given me. And hopefully I've contributed to the growth of the Coaster Caster podcast. I wish it nothing but the best of luck.
As I greatly said to you, I'll see you in the fall.
Here come the tears.
I don't mean this in a terrible way,
Yes.
Aaron, but I personally want to wish you well on your future endeavors. I really do.
No, I absolutely know what you mean, and I really thank you, you know, again for saying that, and I wish you too all the best in the future of the Coaster Casters podcast. I'm very even thankful to continue talking to you gentlemen on the wrestling podcast. I mean, at least, so very thankful for that.
Okay. So Owen, you are always last.
Follow me on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney. Follow the Podcast Network on Twitter @Podcast Network. Facebook fan page, Podcast Network. Zazzle store at Podcast Network. A lot of great content on the channel this week. A lot of great wrestling content. A lot of great original content. AJ's movie reviews just got posted. yesterday. Brand new Sip and Snack tomorrow. Finally doing Pepsi 1893. Sunday versus Cryptic Comet is actually going to be chocolate. Gaming with Ash on Monday. Monday Raw Podcast 11:30. Wednesday Wrestling Podcast 9:30. And Sip and Snack Random Flavors on Thursday. AJ's movie reviews on Friday. Sip and Snack on Saturday. And Versus on Sunday.
All right. Short and sweet and to the point. That's the way I like it. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Facebook, Snapchat at Travis Coaster. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at TheCoasterCasters, and you can follow it on Instagram and Facebook at TheCoasterCastersPodcast. You can follow the other podcast I do on Tuesday nights at PPL Mover Podcast on Twitter. That's just talking about Disney. That's all we talk about. And you can go follow my co-host at WDWORDS on Twitter. And then that's it. Thank you all for watching. And to take us out tonight, we are going to play a little bit of Hamilton. One last time.